What's up, people? Nation Girl 30 here, and this is another mini Q&A. Guys, thank you so much for sending me your questions, and I know this is, well, I've already told you before that these Q&A is going to be random, so it's not going to really come out on an exact date, but I'm going to try to get it out at least before the week is out. But guys, I thank you so much for sending me questions, and let's get started with the first set of questions that I get from Largest85 via Twitter. His first question for me is, are you watching the new season of The Walking Dead? I did, and I'm really disappointed with it, because I really found that it was such a cop out that they didn't, spoiler alert for those that haven't seen it, cover your ears, but you know, I thought it was a cop out that they didn't kill Glenn. I thought it was even a bigger cop out for the premiere, because they didn't kill anybody off but a secondary character. They killed 3 secondary characters off, and they killed off none of the main cast. And I thought that was a really big cop-out, because the main reason why people like the show is not because of the plot points, because the plot points are kind of weird and out there and everywhere else. It was the people. It was the actors that played the people in the comics. And honestly, they are really trying to play it safe when it comes to the characters that are the favorites. And, jeez, dude. Yeah, you are gassy today. Sorry guys, that's just my dog. You probably won't be able to see him, but yeah, beyond me, there he is, laying down. That's my dog right there. Let me see if I can try to bring it over. See, that's my dog Jesse. And yeah, he gets he kind of gets a bit, well, you know how it is when you have a dog. Occasionally it happens when a dog goes to sleep. But anyway, yeah. You're just sweetie though. But anyway, moving on to your question. And I got a bit off tangent here. But anyway, the fan, sorry, he just had some gas. Bad gas. I love you, boy. I love you though, but woo. But anyway, okay, Arizona. But anyway, about The Walking Dead. Yeah, I started watching it, but I didn't like it that much because I felt like they were playing it safe. It didn't kill off any main characters. It only killed off 3 secondary characters. And it just made no sense. And I'm starting to get a bit sucked out of it. It's not really a big deal for me. And I'm fine if I do miss it sometimes, but sometimes I do catch it. But it's not anything that I watch avidly. I watch constantly anymore. But your second question for me is, what are your thoughts on Rick and Michonne dating on the show? Well, actually, Rick did have a girlfriend. I don't think he was ever dating Michonne, because Rick did have a girlfriend on the show, but well, I don't really want to go into too many spoilers for that, because that just happened a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to allow you guys to find out. But he actually did have a girlfriend. It wasn't Michonne. It actually did have a girlfriend. And if they did date, it was probably, I don't think they ever dated at all. And if they did have a moment, it was brief and they kept it moving. Because after I saw in the premiere, he had a girl. He had a girl in Alexandria that had 2 kids. That was his girlfriend throughout the whole, most of season 5. So yeah, if he dated Michonne, it didn't last long. I think they have a mutual respect for one another, but I don't think there's any love there. I mean, the one thing that I could possibly say is they have been teasing Abraham and Sasha. Now, for Abraham and Sasha, I can see them hooking up. I can see them getting together. Sasha is actually a really strong, is a really strong character, as well. She's a strong female character, as well as Abraham being a strong character. I can understand how those two can get together, and they've teased it. So I wouldn't be surprised if down the line, as carnal as Abraham is, I would not be surprised if there's a scene between the both of them. Seriously, I wouldn't. But moving on down the line, and do you think that they're promoting mixed race on the show, or race mixing on the show? No, they're not. Do you think mixing is becoming a common thing in society? I'm just asking because I'm curious. I'm not hating. Okay. Honestly, there's a lot of people that have mixed feelings towards people dating outside their race. That's still there. That has not changed. It's just a bit undercovered. I don't think it's common in some places, but it's not accepted in every place. There's a difference between making it common to where that if it's common, then it's accepted, but it's not fully accepted yet. There's a lot of people that do not like other folks, especially older generations. There are a lot of people from older generations as well as mid. I don't know, like not the golden year, not only the golden years, but a little ways beyond that, or a little after that. They don't necessarily like people dating outside the race. It's that's how they personally feel. That's how they grew up. They grew up with people staying with their own kind, if that's how you would say it. But yeah, I think it's not common yet because honestly, it's not accepted. I consider anything being common as being accepted, and I don't think it's fully accepted yet. So no, I don't believe it's commonplace. And why did you freak out when Xavier Woods getting the title or getting a title? The reason why I did is because Xavier Woods is now treated as comic relief. And just because he's in a group that actually has two performers, that's not fair to give him a belt. And I know people may argue, well, what about Lay Cool? Lay Cool split the women's title, and they each had a title, but they both performed. They both had equal work put involved in it. Xavier Woods just now, after this past Raw, did a match with the other two, but even though he was in the match, he was only in the match for a few minutes. Less than probably 2 minutes, and he got knocked out the ring, and he was out the ring for a while. Xavier Woods is a great performer. So why have they not utilized him to where they could showcase his talents? But just handing him a belt because he's a part of the New Day, in my opinion, is wrong. He's got to earn that. And Big E and Kofi Kingston earned it, not him. So he's just there as comic relief. He's just there as entertainment. He's there as a mouthpiece. But giving him a belt because it's part of a group out of default is just insulting to every tag team out there. That's why I was a bit outraged. That's why I was upset. Because everybody puts their bodies on the line to entertain people every day, and they get what they earn. He didn't earn much. Not physically. Entertainment wise, yeah, he earned a lot, but he didn't earn much as a performer, and giving him a belt is wrong. That's me. But that was just, they put it on, they just advertised it with him as the belt since they were tag team champions, but they still have two belts. They did not give him a belt, they just had that on the picture. And I assume that they did that on SmackDown, and that's why I was a bit outraged. But when I saw Fastlane, they only had two belts, so it's cool. But other than that, having somebody get a title as being a part of the group when they haven't earned it is just insulting to me, and that's why I was upset. But it's water under the bridge. I kept it moving. It's not really that big of a deal anymore. But anyway, let's move on to the questions that I have via YouTube. First set of questions. Well, first question is from Dustin Nunn. What is your favorite Sega video console? Genesis, Saturn, or Dreamcast? I will say this. I've never played a Saturn. I've heard Saturn had great games such as Sonic CD, but I've never played on the Saturn. I still have a Dreamcast, but I gave it to my nephew, and my favorite games on there was MDK2 and Sonic Adventure 2. Sonic Adventure was okay, but I love Sonic Adventure 2 the most. But I will say this, I will always be a retro girl. I love retro games, especially on the Genesis. I still have my Genesis. It still works. I break it out every once in a while. I actually, especially when I want to play some classic games, like some classic Sonic, some Altered Beast, or some Streets of Rage 2, and I have fun with it. And the reason why I like a Saturn, because back in the day, it was a lot harder. Like during the days of the first gen consoles, it was hard. Well, I guess you could probably consider a Nintendo to be a second gen maybe, but other than that, it was so freaking hard. They made it difficult. Number one, you couldn't save anything, and number two, you had to be good at the game in order to beat it. Like, it was a huge challenge for everybody that has played either a Nintendo or a Genesis back in the day. It was difficult because you had so little to work with, But when it came to the game, it was extraordinarily fun, but very challenging, and it made you want to play more to get better at it. So I have to say, Genesis, by far, it was amazing, and I always still have fun doing that. But anyway, let's move on to the next set of, let's move on to the next set of questions that comes from Justin's side, and that will be my last set for the day. Have you heard that an Eva Marie hater got shot in the face? Now he's in critical condition. Would you say that he deserved it since her haters are nuts? Yeah, I told her that her haters were insane because honestly, threatening to kill somebody that you don't know, especially if they represent a character, is nuts. But for him being shot in the face, I don't know if it was self-inflicted or whether or not he got shot by police. I have no idea. But the fact that he got shot in the face is messed up. I don't want any harm to come to anybody. I just think it's ridiculous that the fact that they're trying to harm Eva Marie when Eva Marie is a character. But after seeing NXT, it seems like all the hatred kind of died down, or maybe they censored it. I have no idea. They still do the "you can't wrestle" chants, and honestly, she's getting better. I actually do notice a lot of improvement, as well as she's able to play off a lot of stuff. She's playing off being hurt. She's starting to work a lot better in the ring. As for selling injuries, she's getting there. She's actually trying, and I'm actually seeing some improvements. But other than that, I think it went too far when it came to her haters. And as for that guy, no, I don't think he deserves to be shot in the face. Do you still disagree about them firing Eva Marie? I think WWE needs to do that for the fan safety and for Eva's safety. Just saying. I understand what you're saying, but let's be real here. Back in the 80s, it was much worse. You've had people that literally threatened to kill some of these wrestlers, some of these heels during matches. One guy, I think it was Paul Orndorff, that got stabbed in the butt. I think it was Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. I could be wrong. But for those that know what really happened, by all means, correct me. But there were wrestlers that got stabbed. There were wrestlers that got threatened, that like literally bombarded with people on the way to their cars. Ric Flair had to go through the same thing during the times when he was a heel during his huge feud that he had with Dusty Rhodes. He had to go through a lot. But just because you got people that don't have any common sense doesn't mean you give up what you love. She likes what she does. She likes the fact that she's generated fans from this. She likes being a diva at the WWE. She shouldn't have to give up her dream because of a few crazy nuts out there that will not stop in trying to kill this woman for a character that is not real. And yes, I call them nuts. And I'm just being honest here. Their behavior is insane. They're acting nuts. Them being nuts is because of their behavior. I'm just saying that flat out. But just because she loves what she does, and I don't think she needs to give it up because of these people. There's always going to be a few fanatics out there that get really kind of obscure the lines between reality and fiction. And in this case, there's a lot of fans out there for that. I mean, that out there that actually do that. But like I said, no, I don't think she should be fired. And as for the fan safety, what fan safety? I mean, they're the ones that are doing this. So why should they be protected? She needs to be protected because they're the ones trying to attack her. She needs more protection than them. And honestly, the only way they would need protection is from her or from anybody else that comes near her, because they'll get beat down. Maybe she won't be doing the beat down, but I know that the people around her, the bodyguards, going to be doing the beat down. So they need protection from them. And how you get protection? Stay away. Back off. There you go. But other than that, guys, that is it for me. If you have any other questions that you want to send me, by all means, send them to me via YouTube or on Twitter at RKH30, hashtag NatureGirlQ&A. It's NatureGirl30 signing off. Peace out, y'all.